Hello and welcome back to the Rain of Spades YouTube channel. Today I'm trying something a little different. I will be playing Age of Wonders 4. Just a quick overview of the faction I'm going to play and the lore behind them, because I think it's interesting. We have an overly defensive humanoids as our form and as our traits. Easy picks like defensive tactics, ceaseless cacophony, and elusive, which should mean they're incredibly defensible. We have Primal with the Ashen Sabertooth. We'll get into that in a little bit later. Society traits, we have Imperialists and Umbral Disciples. I wanted to try a lot of the new things, including the Tome of Tentacle and Eldritch Sovereign. I've done one test game in one of the pre-made worlds. This is a custom map. The only thing of real note is I put on everything, so the Umbral Horrors are guaranteed spawn, world seals are at their normal rate. I made Ancient Wonders more common. However, I did add the Primal Dispute and Peaceful Land traits, which should mean we should see a lot of Fae just everywhere, fighting for control. Like, most of the people should be primeval. It's on hard difficulty. And anyways, let's get into the lore of this civilization. You see, these are actually the modern day humans, but they are the last survivors after a nuclear apocalypse. Some unknown event caused all nuclear reactors in the world to break down. Governments began blaming each other, and quickly the nuclear waste was followed by more nuclear waste. A fallout had occurred, and they brought us back to the Stone Age, hence why we're primal. The ash isn't actually the favored terrain of our spirit guardian in this scenario, but it's just the remnants of the world we left behind. After a while of calling upon the more primal nature of reality, after uh, holding out for hope, they use the remnants of the technologies of Silicon Valley in an attempt to contact help, anything that was out there. And lo and behold, the All Whisperer answered, claiming to be an angel of their sovereign, this strange saber, the cat that roamed the waste. She descended and has begun leading and manipulating our dear humans in an attempt to take control and spread the umbral gloom, not only to the remnants of the earth we once called home, but also to all other worlds. So that's about it. The lore and roleplay for this is that's a very divided people, hence why we have one of everything. I'm going to try to get every dual type tome. Uh, so technology is going to be all over the place. I'm not going to understand it. It's half of it's coming from our primal pact with the Ashen Saber Cat. The other is coming from the umbral horrors of the void, or remnants of the human technology that we once had. With that being said, let's get right into this. I'm going to try to keep every answer within roleplay, but because it's on hard difficulty, and there's going to be a lot of enemies, I do suspect occasionally I am going to have to make some more difficult choices, where it's like I'm gonna have to just pick the thing which is like better for us. However, I'm gonna try to play this as like defensively as possible. Like hunkering down in my land, only expanding out where the gloom and the ash meet, so on and so forth. That's kind of the goal. Yeah, you see, here we go. Imperial Temple, all the things I said previously. The Ashen Angel, a Tome of Wonders. The first tome we're gonna get after the Tome of Tentacles. Felfang here? I will meet him right away. We will, for the purposes of this, add our scout into our primary army and then go talk to the Saber Cat. It's my headcanon that the Angel and the Saber Cat are loosely working together. However, their end goals are different. So while their current goals align, it's not going to last forever, and it's not going to be too good for our poor humans here. Anyways, with that being said, we should, we don't really need this yet, so we should probably get this, which is the best. It gives us a little bit of everything. We're rebuilding from scratch the woodcarver's workshop, so we're rebuilding humanity from pretty much just that at that rate. We should probably start getting a primal protector, and then we'll clear out the ash, like I said. We want the tendril labyrinth. So another interesting thing I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to slowly, as we get more technology, use summoned units more and more to represent that that way it's not super boring to watch of me just like cowering in my house, be like, oh, guys, help. And let's see what the auto gives us. Probably will kill, okay, everything. Okay. Sure, let's do this, but yeah, like I said, I will try not to be as cowering. The rule that I'm essentially going to try to follow, though, is to use as many summoned units like these that are just for the combat, like the Spitterlings, as well as a handful of others. We're going to want to put this here. They're going to get the first attack, which is not quite what I wanted, but it is what it is. We'll do this, and we'll see if we can get them an Eldritch Mind Control off out of range. That's unfortunate. Fire weakness. Hit them with your Beam of Havoc. But yeah, I hope this is gonna be like an interesting, fun experience. Like I said, I'm gonna try to have the angel leading as much as possible. Whereas, like I said, the current goal for both of these eldritch entities. Okay, I see why the auto resolve was so stinky. I'm probably not going to do all that much better. So we're gonna heal this with our attack, and then we're going to. Ew, that disengage is rough. Okay, so rather what we're going to do is the Spitterlings are expendable. We will hit them like that. And then... Sure. This is... Oh, they didn't actually jump back because that's really unfortunate. Let us... Let's see if we can get their friends to betray them. Okay, we did in fact get their friends to betray them. So this is the new plan. Ooh, just, that doesn't do anything for me, actually. I thought that was way cooler. Okay, so yeah, like I said, the current goal of the Sabercat and the Eldritch entity that has made contact with our dear human remnants is the same for now. That they want to assist the humans in surviving the apocalypse and braving these new frontiers, as the world we came from is just completely gone. It's so Jover, as they say. Like I said, just totally annihilated by the nuclear apocalypse that had occurred. Some believe that it is, in fact, the Sabercat itself that started this nuclear apocalypse just so it could get its hands on the ashen land of what our world used to be. So the Eldritch entity wants to expand and conquer new frontiers, whereas the ashen beast just wants to spread waste, staying within its waste, its own safety, its own safe haven and safety net. Some gold would be nice. We don't need the gold right now. I'll build a workshop and then we'll get... Because every tile we get gives us like 3 gold. Okay, so this is the same as what eventually our gloom spreading will do. We don't have enough money to rush this and then build something else. We did not lose a single unit, though, which is pretty nice. We will get... so, in case you didn't know, Eldritch Sovereigns don't have access to the melee tier. However, excuse me, sorry. They do have a great deal of powerful abilities similar to the dragons. And the dragons, I did really like the dragons, I fully admit. I played almost exclusively dragons and wizard kings when this game was coming out. I have mixed feelings about the Reavers, and I have mixed feelings about the Astral rework that they did. I really, really like the Primal, hence why I'm playing it today. I like certain aspects of what they did with the Astral rework. I because one's pretty much plays the same as how they used to, with like very, very slight differences. The test game that I ran was actually with the God, what are they called? My bad, sorry. It was actually with the new dark, like the new shadow one, the ones that do dissonance and overcharge. I think this is called like potential. I like how they're adding like subcultures. I feel like it would be really nice if they were able to add it to other classes. I don't think it should be on every single class. Like, I don't think every single race should have subclasses. Like, it makes sense for Primal, and it makes sense for Astral to some extent. And I think it would actually make sense for Feudal, and maybe, weirdly, the Dark. Because, like, a lot of Dark is, you end up doing, like, a weird mix of two things. It's almost always, in my experience of playing it at least, Chaos and Shadow. And so I feel like having some sort of like subjugating dark influence would be interesting. Like where you have a one red, one purpley, like one shadow, and one chaos for the dark. And then I think maybe like some weird balance. Like maybe this is just the Magic the Gathering nerd in me talking. We need to fight. I'm sorry, little crabs. And nothing died, I'll take it. And this is all the further we're going to go for right now. But I think it makes sense to have like a Order Shadow hybrid for like the Dark race. I think it'd be very interesting. We're going to go with this right away so we can start generating extra Imperium. The combat casting may also save us as well. I don't think much is going to happen from, well, this. Another reason I'm playing super defensively is because I want to use this, because in my test run, I never found a use for clairvoyance. Oh, wow, thank you. That's, wow. Okay, maybe I see why I never use clairvoyance immediately. But, yeah, I think, like, the whole white-black, deck, that's, like, one of my favorite, play styles. I'm very much a Esper player when it comes to Magic the Gathering, of, blue, white, black, so I think that would be a very interesting combo of, like, having a, Shadow, a Shadow Chaos, and a Shadow Order. We want Retaliating Growths as soon as possible. It's, like, between the Tentacle Maze is, I'll show you here what it does in a second. We're going to want to research things quicker. Oh. Leave these followers. They're also Ashen worshippers. Intriguing. Maybe we can befriend them, perchance. We'll see. We'll give them our Whispering Stone, because we don't really have any need for it. Maybe we can use them to scout. But yeah, Tentacle Labyrinth was the best thing from the Tentacle perk. It's like, honestly, in a lot of games, if I didn't have a strict plan, I would probably just get it, because in some cultures, stability's hard to come by. A raw 10 gold's crazy, and then the ability to summon tentacles is insane. If you're fighting a lot of ranged units, that literally can save you. It has so many times for me. Because I had a city that had, like, no defenses, but it had the mist because I was going for primarily blue build in my previous Mystic Civilization that I did as a test run. I can take that. I can take that. But it was... I guess we're doing that manually. But it was very interesting, because I had gotten, like, the Fey Blessing one, just because I had a lot of healing units. Just by happenstance. So the Fey Blessing was very nice, and the Mistling was also a very just nice thing to have, honestly. Ooh, that's a very good starting maneuver. In my experience in the combat in this game, a lot of whoever hits first tends to win. Let's get into a defensive position here so that the Spitterlings once again are expendable, so we're going to build our shield wall to protect our sovereign. I always do this. I try to give like a concise review, and then I am the most scatterbrained that I ever was. My bad. But as I feel it's very, it was very interesting because the tentacles would honestly, like, they pretty much saved the siege. Like, I was like, I might be able to take this. I had, like, 2 units in the city and, like, archers or, like, cattle drops. Like, enough so that, like, they just barely could attack. And it was, I said, very interesting. 3 tentacles sprouted up, and then their mage locks were just pretty much useless. Well, that does nothing. Let's do that, I guess. Okay, let's see what we can do here. I don't want the expendable guys to just straight die is the problem. So here, we're gonna try to heal these guys real quick. Okay, that looks way better, because we don't want our own men to also die. It's an interesting thing. But yeah, because I was like, okay, I can probably spread enough dissonance that, like, we'll do this for the defensive tactic. Even though we can only shoot once, the higher accuracy is probably worth it. I kind of did a poor choice with this guy. Let's maybe send him around. It's not the best idea, I know, but But I was like, maybe with enough dissonance I could take this out. I fought it. I was against a Reaver. They had to take care of the tentacles first because it was preventing them from moving and was preventing them, some of their ranged units, from firing. And so, like, it ended up being the, like, saving grace in disguise completely. That was horrible. Okay, yeah, let's get more accurate again. Okay, that's still not ideal, I must admit. Okay, let's see. Can we maybe just mind control out of range? Okay, let's phase, I guess. Let's phase, like, right here. And then he couldn't attack if I took control. Yeah, let's try mind controlling them. And then, yeah, let's have him kill his buddy. Okay, that should make this substantially easier. Let's just heal. We are not going to be short on mana, is what I've learned about Eldritch Sovereigns. Yeah, okay. The scout's dead, but to be fair, he's not really a combat unit to begin with, so... That's completely acceptable for me, honestly. I said, I just put him in this army. This is like the first time I put a scout in an army in this game. I'd usually just send them on their way and be like, never return. But, like I said, roleplay, important to me. Ah, crap, that grazes. Unfortunate. Whatever. We still win this now. This is... Yeah, they do that. Defense mode because, yeah, they're within range, so it's just, they get chopped down immediately. This... They get attacked brutally. And then this is... Disengaging shot Ashen... no. But if the Ashen Tiger boots up, we just win. Easy. Wonderful. Objects we cannot use. And we cannot break down to make other objects either. Ooh, a dread spider hatchling. Yes, perfect. That's a unit, I guess. Also, I made the sign balance because I'm gonna be between all 6. So I just thought that was a little cute detail. I know it's a horrible, horrible life decision, but I just thought it was a cute detail. See, we want this because this is just a ton of money, and then this is how we start getting our gloom, and gloom will just give us a huge research. Big brain. Since we're not gonna have Imperium for a while, yeah, that's the one downside about this silliness. We're not gonna have a very strong Imperium gain. However, I kind of suspected this. Let's just waste this on gaining it. Oh no, we're taking our first non-Ash province. We'll change that shortly. I should stop being so indecisive. Yeah, I just want to build this quicker. What the? This is why we should explore. Well, yeah, we'll start replacing one of our men. I'm not in a huge rush to do it. Let's hit another... Well, actually, I can show you the mesmerizing draft ritual. This is pretty crazy. That's probably worth getting as soon as possible, too, unironically. So, here, we will use the draft right. By sacrificing a thrall, we get 40 draft per, or 50 draft per turn. So let's get a new spirit tracker. We'll actually use him as a scout to scout out the rest of this Ashland. Then we will get our primal darter, and then we'll get another protector. That's all 3 turns taken care of, producing 1 guy per turn. My mic is still not 100% fixed, so I'm sorry if you hear background noise or me chugging away. Okay, let's see what... I guarantee you it's gonna lose, and we're just... Nope, never mind. Well, there we go. I was gonna say, I guarantee you it's gonna lose a single unit. Because the AI loves to just get, like, baby animals killed for some reason. It's really messed up. It's happened in, like, every single playthrough that I've had. Ruler level up again. Desperate Anguish is nice, but like, eh. Doing extra damage would also be nice. Okay, this is part of the thing I wanted. See, this is what I was talking about, by the way. The well, they having mixed things of like Astral and Chaos work so perfectly in my head. Like all these weird little things of like the Mindbreaker, how it's like Eldritch Truth and Eldritch Breach. I'll show you what these do. Well, one, they make my guy way more expensive. Let me show the chat. Eldritch Truth. It has a chance to inflict madness, and if it's unsuccessful, it inflicts insanity. Insanity is the thing that makes them just attack anyone nearby. And you can ignore up to 3 status resists, which is pretty nice. Flesh Weaver is also pretty fun, as target non-friendly hero gains in power for 2 turns. It makes it so they deal 40% damage and have resurgence. But the unit dies when the timer expires, so be careful with that. The thing to work perfectly on is it just straight summons 2 Fleshflings, which are explosive little fighty guys, which are pretty cool. Madcaster's pretty fun, too. I did Madcaster in the previous build, because, like, yeah, look at this. Crazy stuff. Gain Infernal Rebirth until end of combat, like, random effects. You have no idea what's gonna happen. Expert Channeling also is crazy. Way less mana cost. So that it goes great with some of the reworks. But I think in this situation, we're going to go with Flesh Warper. Because like I said, I want to focus on summoning. So that like this whole concept of the Eldritch Sovereign wants to keep pressing out further and further. While the humans wish to stay behind in their little like houses. Yeah, sure. Let's get the Phantasm. Extra damage is extra good. And 10. Maybe we try to take the Bannerless Keep. It's pretty easy. And honestly, everything over here appears to be ashlands, and getting a second city this early might be pretty nice. Yeah, I'll see how that goes. For you, we're gonna run over here and start collecting small creature cage, a tiny guy. They can join us. Oh, lesser magma spear. That's just actually way better. If something dies, we can just shove that in. Conjure Tentacle is also very good. Sabertooth Blessing, it would be nice. Problem is, now we're at a point where everything is nice. Typical. Typical. Well, I did say we're focusing on summons for first and foremost, so yeah, why not? Honestly, I think we just get any Imperium we get. Imperium, I mean. Because I'd like this, but that's going to take 6 turns, and by that time... I might only take 3, actually, now that we have that. Because I forgot that when your leader gets the silly ability, it increases it. Right, so yeah, like I said, we're going to get just a straight one of the Materium next up. I think I'll go for like maybe 3 or 4 more turns for now. Typical. Birds. Evil. I hate birds. The thing, because not in real life, actually. In real life, I love birds. They're probably one of my favorite animals. But, in game, they are deeply unkind. I specifically say this because I despise them after what they did to me in the last game that I had played. Because last game I played, they were... I did the whole story for the little test run of it. I did the little story. Yeah, I knew that's an impossible battle. Well, wait for our lord. We'll do that for right now. We'll do this bannerless keep, because I feel pretty confident. I'm gonna lose like 2 units, but honestly, they're Oh. Well... I'm not gonna be stupid. We're just gonna pay our way to victory. Ooh, capture the civilization. Aw. Nah, you can have them back. Well, we're not gonna risk our own safety for the randomness of this random guy over there. Even though they are another remnant of humanity. Oh, well that explored a lot for me. Okay. Huh. I think maybe we settle a city like right here. Because that way we have access to haste berries, a world seal. That looks like it's peeking through a little bit of a monument to the saber cat. You want pretty much every city to have a monument which randomly spawns if you are primal units. I'm not gonna hold my breath on that. I'm fine with having one city that's not, because we're spreading both ash and... We're spreading ash and... corruption. Let's start getting these big mega structures built right away. As much as possible. And we'll start getting the basic things like storehouses down. But might as well get some of our big payoff right now. Yeah, because right here we have coast, we have haste berries, we have a seal, and we have bannerless keep within like 2 turns of expansion. So, I think that that's a good shout. Okay, maybe 3 turns of expansion. We'll see. We get our little guy to come over here. We need to build an army to defend our borders. Ooh, constrictor. Oh wait, animists are like ridiculous. I hate the primal chargers. Specifically because of their cleaving charge. They like run and do like a cool pushback attack. It is helpful strategically. But now that a unit like the constrictor exists, you see more health, they're a rapid attack melee unit instead of a charge strike melee unit. And they also have the ability to pool. I find the pool more helpful for, like, displacing enemies. That being said, let's get one. And you know what? I don't really want to take 5 turns. Let's use our last Thrall to redo the Mesmerizing Draft Ritual. Really, I should be saving Thralls for the Dark Knowledge Ritual. But that would cost 2 population, which is not worth doing on yourself. You're going to want to do that on a vassal 9 times out of 10. So those guys up there, unfortunate to be them is all I can say. Then since we'll have 1 more turn left over, we might as well just prime up like a... Let's go the Primal Darter. I mean, that army right here is going to be a little bit range heavy, but whatever. They're just an exploration force to begin with. It's not like it's... needs to be particularly balanced at this stage in the game. Oh. Huh. That's pretty good. That's also pretty nice. Nature. Hey guys, remember that thing about trying to keep it pretty mixed? That's gone immediately. Because we have this nature adept, this master of the saber cat. I have a perfect name for a new city. I get Eldritch Rite of Delirium. My own weird wolf thing? Okay, never mind. I see what that is. I thought for a second that that was like the saber cat coming down. I didn't. I did not read as much as I should have. Extra Imperium would be nice, but I did say we should get some of the basic stuff. Like, growing quicker is probably pretty helpful. Then... yeah, I'll grab that. And then after that, we'll try to grab the Tavern, because a 10 boost to production is pretty big. Pretty big indeed. Great job, Bryce. There we go. Okay, now then we just needed to move like 1 tile over. Build outpost. There is a hero here. This is an interesting thing, because it's coastal, underground. I feel like I probably maybe shouldn't build here, but like I'm too far in at this point. I'm not winning that, but maybe I can win that. Yeah. And that'll give me some hefty mana. Typical. Honestly, I'm not sure I would do much better in this, to be honest, and I don't care too much about this spider hatchling or the darter, so I'll take that begrudgingly. I'm not particularly happy about the outcome, but like, it is what it is. We get mana. Forgot all about those. I'm very good at my job. Oh. Well, that's embarrassing. That's very embarrassing. Oh, negotiation successful. Wonderful, friend. Oh, they're evil too. How lovely. Oh, yeah, it's because they're the same race as me. Right. I swear I've played this game before. My brain just heard you. Promise. Promise. Maybe. That's kind of free. That's just an upgrade to my units. We'll start heading over a little bit this way. I want this guy in the main army. Here we go. We have a constrictor. We'll send them over. The primal dart will be built next. Let's build them this turn, and then we can hire, like, an animist, I think. We'll decide what our main army is missing. I'll probably put my animist in there. Then this second army will be given over to the new hero that I will hire next turn, probably. I hope, I think. If brain worky. Next turn. Then we shall save up all of our Imperium. Oh yeah, so there's the Twisting of Seasons on too, which is why I thought like between the Primal Dispute it would make a lot of sense. I want to test the power of some of our units without the Eldritch Sovereign, because this is on our borders, so I feel like this is well within roleplay, right? To be like, we must defend it. That's a little bit unfortunate. Maybe I just mesmerizing again to actually have an army, because it doesn't cost me anything other than that one thrall. So yeah, screw it. Then for real, we'll put it as like, we'll put it as that guy, and then just not worry about it from there on out. And that's all our money gone. 1 second, never mind. We'll do that next turn so that we can actually get. We don't have, everything's just a little bit off, huh? For money this turn. Nature Adept. This guy, once he's put as a leader, the city just gains nature affinity. So that'll be nice. Okay, let's hit this. I'm not stupid enough to even try the auto. I know it's gonna be very unfavorable. Those who strike first tend to win. So we're just going to cower back here with defense tactics ready. And then next turn we get spells as well. So ooh, they're doing the same thing. The difference is I can do this to put them at a little choke point, and then constricted, yeah, there. So I don't think that's like a worthwhile strike, so I think we're just gonna continue on the defensive. Put this like here. Fire into them, which is just a graze, but tis what it is, I suppose. We come here, we fire into them again. Then these guys. Pool for reposition would be nice, but I think defense is just better here. The shield wall should protect, because they're gonna come up, and I probably should have seen that coming. Probably should have seen that coming. But yeah, because they're right there. I don't think it matters particularly, because between my 2 melee units, I think they're just gone. Could do this and do a cool backflip, but nah. There we go. Then this allows for doot doot doot. It didn't kill them, because why would it? Well, no one really needs healed. I don't want to waste the mana on another tentacle. I could, just to finish this off and then have that guy here for more of a choke point. I think that's a good idea, actually. Finish this off, and then those guys have to deal with this. Which they're gonna get close to doing, but not close enough. Rip plant bozos. There we go, constricted, and we shove them into the cool little magma crater we made. And our tentacle's dead. Typical. Whoops. Misclick, misinput. My bad. Ah! And with that, oh. You just get more draft. Okay, I guess. That's fine, yeah. Now then, we'll fuse this army with our soldier man over here. Use it to continue scouting whatever of our area is left. We'll shove the animist into our main army, and then we can hire, like, one more unit of protectors for our new friend. We'll start running him up to here. We'll start running him down to here so that they can take that over. We'll forge that into a city. They didn't have the money to make it a work camp or anything last time, which would have given us one more province when we did take it over, but you know how it goes. Another seal. Stone seal. I also know they messed around with Reavers a little bit. I have not played with Reavers since they messed around with it. So if this does well and people want to see me do more like silly little RP things, then let me know. And we'll see what we can do. Can we fix our economy in 4 turns? Can we fix our economy in 4 turns? Probably not. I probably should have done research on this. Do Gloom? Oh no. Oh, well, that one wasn't a thing before. That's interesting. Doom? Gloom? And Ash don't seem to spread. Very interesting. Well, this whole run may have been disheveled by that. Or I'm just gonna have to figure out and have like a mix of Gloom and... I did say they were at odds with each other, so I mean, I guess it kinda works for the roleplay, I suppose. We're gonna see what sort of trouble we can get up to. Oh yeah, that's a really nasty battle. I was hoping it was just him, but... Ooh, or like those guys. If there's a bunch of those guys, I would probably be stupid enough to try it, but... I'm not quite that stupid. We'll do like a couple more turns. Get our first secondary tome. Okay, this is what I was talking about. Here we go. I think it's this one we want. Wow. Gargoyle, hardened something attack, blast, central quarry. Central quarry is nice. But, yeah, nope, we want the Rune Carver's camp for the ability to do all this. We're gonna need way more mana. Alchemy would also be a good one, but nah, we have enough stuff. Now I'm really considering. Mountain Walk would be nice with how mountainous our region is. Sure, I guess. We're back to the Stone Age, so sure, stones. Perfect. Originally, like I said, I was gonna do golems, but
the very foundation
gargoyles and such are interesting.
Embrace it, harness it, use it.
Ah, yes, Sky Totem? No. New York. You're gonna see a theme very quickly. The whole time I'm gonna think I'm so clever, even though, like, everyone knows. Oh, that's just the best one. A new thing we can take? Oh, a bunch of new things we can take. Destroying. That's pretty nice. That means we don't have to deal with damage. That's probably my favorite one right there. Especially for a build like this where we have literally everything under the sun. That'd be crazy. I hate how, if you look at it, it doesn't just be like, oh, you already looked at it this turn. Makes you look like a dingus instead. We'll deal with these guys. And then upon dealing with those guys, I think we'll call it for an episode. This next turn here. We have our new city. Our new tome. We'll complete our first quest, and then I'll share some lore with you. Oh, Pact of the money would be nice. Yeah, sure. I'll share some knowledge with you. We're already gonna be behind on research, so why not make it an even worse situation? I did not know that gloom in grassland doesn't, or ash doesn't stack. So I'm curious to see what happens here. I'm very curious. Because I'm going to build, just for the curiosity, we're gonna do that. So we're out of money, but pretty much the entirety of what just happened didn't happen. We're not really giving them that much research. Okay, these guys are much more dealable. We'll do one more turn, because I said I wanted to beat those guys and do my little quest. So we'll do my little quest. Bam. That's more Imperium gain. We're gonna need that with how many perks we're gonna be getting over the course of who knows how long. Okay, we're gonna grab... Well, what do we have right now? I don't think that's actually helpful to me right now, unfortunately. That would be very helpful, but let's grab this. Because that means pretty much if we just do what we're doing, we're gonna make this person head over heels for us. And then we can use them to cheekily expand and not have to do so ourselves anymore. Cooperation. I could get Astral Dew. It's not crazy helpful. I could have them pay me back the knowledge that they just gave me, sure. That's, yeah, like I said, we're not even giving them the knowledge. That's 17 per turn, who needs it? We just got 40 per turn. Every province of Gloom gives us knowledge, whereas every province of Ash gives us coin. Let's see. If I lose one unit, I'm fine with the auto-resolve. I think you should always click auto-resolve and just see what happens. Games are funky like that. Especially in this game where it lets you easily take it back. Ooh. You may keep the meat. That gives us a free Imperium piece, but this lets me do my silly experiment way earlier. Okay. Yeah, see, this is the interesting thing. How is it going to spread? This is the thing that is, like, really curious to me. Is it going to be the silly ash spread? Like, which one's going to take precedence? Then we'll build that, because why not? We'll prime that up. New York is working on its little thing. Okay, now then, we get one more little fight, and then the episode is coming to a close. This one, if I lose anything here, I'll be... I knew it. I knew it. Shouldn't have opened my mouth. Well, let's do this. I was hoping my Eldritch Sovereign would level up one more time. I really like their abilities. Because like I said, my plan is to get it so everything can summon. So, like, because I know there is a unit. Like, you can do the Summon Iron Golem Assistant with one of the Materium Tomes. Build a strong line of defense here. Okay, there we go. Now then, I'd like to see them, yeah. No damage. Okay, well that hurt a little bit more than, to be fair, it's a scout once again, so I'm not that concerned. Anyways, bad life choice to be right there, bud. We'll whack him down. Finish him off. Would have preferred to do some more damage to these guys over here, but so be it. A miss, that's minorly unfortunate. We'll pull him into our lines, and then allow for our new hero to test his mettle. We might as well summon a tentacle. This is probably the only spell we're going to need in this fight, because this should constrict them. They can't move anymore. Oh, I thought that whole unit just died. That gave me a heart attack for no good reason. Okay, yeah, fire, little guy. This is annoying. He's in a position that frustrates me. Oh. I could just fix that. Oh, dang it. You're supposed to pull. Yeah. Sometimes this game does some silly things. Or I just don't pay attention very much. Both, and equally likely. Observation to make. But, yeah, we'll see with my little experiment over there. Also, I know I stopped mid-thought. I legitimately forgot what I was going to say. Today is not a great day for recording. I'm 3 videos in so that I can get ahead on recording this time around. Here, we'll get them into the gloom so that they can heal to full next turn. And we'll hit the end turn button. That's it for the episode. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Reign of Spades signing out.